Inside the Star, in case you did not know, we are your official home of the Dallas Cowboys, and we have a list and ranking of the new coach quarterback pairings.
Right. So now you're going to have, obviously, Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers.
Yeah, you're going to have to add that.
You're going to have to add this one. But as it stands...
And who is this list from? It's important to identify who wrote this list.
Cody Benjamin.
Cody Benjamin, who is...
He's our nemesis right now, right?
Yeah.
Is he our first week winner of worst take?
Yes, he was. And then Cody Benjamin has routinely made some lists that we get angry at.
Okay.
So let's see if this one makes us angry.
All right. So in descending order, number 13 is
13. There's that many new coaches?
Coaches or quarterbacks.
Just a new combo at coach and quarterback.
Okay.
The Saints, Tyler Shough and Kellen Moore.
This is already dumb. This is dumb. Why? Tyler Shough was one of the more, look, he's injury prone, everything else, whatever. But Tyler Shough is one of the more pro-ready quarterbacks that we've had recently in terms of his play style, and Kellen has shown consistently an ability to work well with quarterbacks. So this, it's just flat out there. There's
okay. When he goes up the next 12, then you tell me who you would put that combo over.
I'm certain it'll be over the next one.
All right, the next one is. See, I disagree with this one because I don't know that you can. First of all, I don't know that you can call this a new coach quarterback combo because I think these guys have already played and coached together. But it's Joe Flacco and Kevin Stefanski.
Okay. Joe Flacco and Kevin Stefanski.
Some upside with Shough and Kellen Moore. That's better.
Yeah, but I think next year, if I had to put money on who will have the better statistical season, it would be Joe Flacco. Now, I don't think Joe Flacco is going to be playing all those games.
They play five, right? They play 5 games.
Yeah, but Joe Flacco is going to have better numbers, I would think, than Tyler Shough. But you watch Shough.
Well, and
and Greg Cosell.
As we go through this list, I think you're going to hear.
It's hard for me to separate in my mind your Kellen Homerism.
Right.
As we go through the list, I think you're going to hear, though, a bunch of different things where it's like, okay, well, that ranking makes sense if you're viewing the list through this lens, but, well, then why did he put this person over here if he's doing it through that lens? It just seems inconsistent how he's judging this is where I would place him.
I don't have a problem with number 12 over 13 so far.
Number 11, Titans, Cam Ward, Brian Callahan.
Okay.
Projection. I don't have a problem with this projection.
Projection. Callahan has had a Pete DeBoer goaltender type of relationship with quarterbacks early on, but...
Number 10.
He crapped all over Will Levis.
Yeah,
right?
Really bad.
Number 10. Russell Wilson and Brian Daboll.
This should be last.
Why?
Because Daboll has shown he's not a very good coach. Daboll's shown that he isn't developing quarterbacks very well, and we've got Russell Wilson, who we know exactly what Russell Wilson is, which is nothing that's an advantage at this stage of his career.
Yeah, but he could be better than Tyler Shough or Joe Flacco or Cam Ward seasons. Russell Wilson's numbers last year, I would probably bet being better than those other guys. So therefore, he would belong higher on the list.
Right, but
Brian Daboll has also had Daniel Jones, which if you want to kill him, don't maybe defend Brian Daboll too much. But if you wanna sit there and kill him, you can kill him. But you can also say he had a bum that people laughed at when he was picked that high.
This is about where this is 10 out of 13 is about where I would have Kellen and Shough. But again, it's just because if you look at it and go, we definitively know what Stefanski does when he works with quarterbacks. We definitively know how Daboll has had massive trouble since he got to New York establishing any sort of an offense. And we know what Russell Wilson is when he gets in those situations, which is at this stage of his career, he's not an advantage. If we're talking about upside and he could be, like we're saying with Russell Wilson, well, Shough could be too. We literally don't even know with Shough yet.
Number 9.
It's this guy's list.
Yeah. Number 9.
I'm ready to argue with you today.
I know.
You've had way too much free time on your hands. I had almost jump out of the text messages yesterday. The three of you, and then this morning, I was screaming at the gas pump. We're 2 minutes away from being together. Please, God, just talk. Peyton, you too. You're guilty of it as well. You and Bobby, you guys don't stop with my phone. I'm already at 75% waking up 3 hours ago because you guys have way too much time on your hands with the text chain.
You really need a new phone if you're already at 75%.
I'm exaggerating.
when I was sending the text and I said, I can't.
This was all about Bobby's car phone holder.
Yeah.
And it was just bing, bum, bum, bing, bing, bum, 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 bum. And I'm like, Stop. We're going to talk about it in 5 minutes together.
It's Friday, Sean. I'm excited.
I wish you were more excited on Tuesday.
When I texted the joke that I can't have the phone holder because how would I dangerously text and drive?
Right.
I dead serious almost typed it there. I was like, and plus, who would annoy Sean with text notifications that he's not replying to? Because I knew you were sitting there irritated by every one of those.
I'm like focusing on all the crazy traffic every single morning, and you guys somehow are just beep, 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 especially Bobby.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 9.
On what list?
Number 9.
This is the ranking of the new coach quarterback duos of 2025. There are from Cody Benjamin of CBS Sports. The Jets, Justin Fields, Aaron Glenn.
Ooh, so there's some Justin Fields love that is trying to be sold. His PR team is good. I mean, he got hyped up in Chicago for a little bit. Are you buying that we could see a much different Justin Fields now that he's in Bible study?
No. No, I mean,
I'm not either.
Fields has been such a massive disappointment, obviously, but just also in the play style. He didn't look like this poor of a passer when he was at Ohio State. And the issue here for me is that, again, we're talking about Justin Fields has not been very good, and we're like praising the combo or looking optimistic at the combo of also a first-time defensive head coach. Like what is Glenn going to offer to Justin Fields in terms of development that he hasn't gotten already?
That's true. Who's their OC? They got. I have to go look.
Probably somebody who has been in the league for 40 years and just runs the ball.
Yeah,
all the
probably
time.
is. Number 8, Seattle, Sam Darnold, Mike McDonald.
Okay.
It's good.
What was that?
Very good. It's Yamo B there.
it's a Michael McDonald reference. Again, same sort of thing. Mike McDonald, you're talking about. It's a defensive coach. Darnold was really good last year. I don't know how much stock I'm buying in him away from Kevin O'Connell.
Or away from Justin Jefferson, even though he has nice receivers. Like, who will have the better? Well, I'm sure you're going to get to this guy on the list with Geno, but who's going to have the better season between Geno and Sam Darnold? Geno does not have as good of weapons, but Geno has shown to be a consistently better quarterback.
Right. Yeah, I would think Geno has a better year. I don't trust Sam. The last 2 games of Sam's season really stand out to me.
I know, but that seems like such an unfair.
It's so unfair.
The guy was an MVP candidate, and we are all killing him, hanging on to 2 games.
I felt so happy for him. He had a great year, career resurgence. Chalk one up for the big square. I mean, he's the Lego guy head.
He's got a Minecraft head.
He has a Minecraft head. He really does. So, what?
No, I was reading down ahead of this list because I had read it the other day. We're gonna have to talk about something when we get to the end of it. Cody Benjamin has pulled a fast one on everybody.
Number 7, Patriots, Drake May and Mike Vrabel.
Your boy, Bobby.
I like Drake May a ton. Vrabel,
Joe Milton backstabber.
Vrabel concerns me for young quarterback development just because I know what his philosophy is.
Yeah, this is kind of stupid to pair up with the head coaches who don't have
The side of the ball.
the hands on the offense.
Yeah.
The side of the ball. That in that part, it's pretty. We're gonna have to get this guy Cody Benjamin on for an all-out war.
There you go.
We're just gonna have to destroy. No one knows who he is. I've never seen his face. We're just gonna have to get him on for the fight.
Number 6,
We'll be like Pablo Torre, Bill Simmons, and that.
Trevor Lawrence and Liam Cohn. Duval.
I think this pairing should be higher. Lawrence still is somebody who's kind of in a make or break. He's got a high upside. Liam Cohen has been praised as somebody who comes in and gets the most out of quarterbacks. Like that, he's bounced around from spot to spot, but he's generally been thought of as one of the better quarterback developers. I think this probably should be higher.
We need to. It wasn't until last week I forgot that Brian Schottenheimer was in Jacksonville with Trevor and Urban. We have some. Well, I'm not going to get into it right now, but we need to talk to Brian Schottenheimer about what happened there because that is not a glowing thing to have on the resume. We talk about the Jets. We talk about Seattle. We totally skip over Jacksonville and T-Law.
I think that most of us, at least I do, let me rephrase it. That is a complete redshirt year for everyone involved.
Well, he also
I
don't blame Shotty. I don't even consider that to be Trevor's rookie year. Like that was a redshirt year. Everyone.
You're
gets
talking
a
about
pass.
just because of Urban.
Because of Urban,
Yeah.
everyone gets a pass with that.
So and Shotty was when Shotty got hired, we had gone over the numbers of him as a play caller. So Shotty was the quarterback coach initially, and then for the final 3 weeks of the season, they'd fired the offensive coordinator. He got elevated and was the coordinator. And the last 3 weeks, Jacksonville's passing game output jumped with him calling plays.
Oh.
Number 5.
It says passing game coordinator here. So are they saying that's offensive coordinator? Or are we separating it?
No, separating out. The offensive coordinator was Darrell Bevell that year, and then he got fired.
Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin, number 5.
Oh, they put it on there.
They put it on there.
They've updated it.
Bobby is going to probably agree. I'm selling Rodgers, even though I was buying him over the past few years. Bobby was selling him. Sounds like you're a slight buy. I'm not believing it. I think it was a lot of garbage stats towards the end. It was a lot of Devontae feeding to try to set the little stupid fake records and get numbers on both sides. They were already out of it. The numbers are more surprising to me, but I was watching them a little bit closer than others because I had Devontae on my fantasy football winning championship team. Pay. So I am not buying Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not like a full buy. I'm optimistic about what Aaron Rodgers can do within Pittsburgh specifically. It's the player-team match. It's the fact that he'll have DK. It's just I think that the fit is a good one for him to maximize whatever he has left.
Number 4. Caleb and Ben Johnson.
Ooh, the hype. Bobby wrote an essay. I thought it was probably AI doing it.
What?
But, man, the Chicago Bear hype is full throttle.
Yeah, this is... I hadn't realized how sickening Bears coverage was going to be this year. But you forget, Caleb Williams is the golden boy. Ben Johnson is the golden boy. So apparently he led they had mandatory minicamp. He led a game-winning drive, some 94-yard drive in minicamp the other day. And these were some of the headlines I saw coming out of this. This was a minicamp practice that doesn't allow real contact. Caleb Williams leads clutch drive, all caps on clutch. Caleb Williams' 90-yard drive spells trouble for the NFC. Caleb Williams shows off the clutch X factor in minicamp. The Athletics write-up was like this dramatic retelling of like a Civil War battle or something. A booming punt from Torrey Taylor hit the soggy grass inside the 10-yard line of Field 1 at Hallis Hall. It bounced into the air and was quickly downed. The Bears' first-team offense took the field pinned against its own end zone and with the game to go win. And then it goes through this breakdown of everything he did. And then they noted that they went, oh, by the way, there might be some sacks to account for when the film was reviewed on that drive because they're not allowed to sack the quarterback. And it's like, all right, well, that doesn't sound like it was a real drive then. So
yeah,
it's just slobbery love for Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson in Bear circles.
I'm buying it. Not all that hype of an OT minicamp drive, but I am buying the genius of Ben Johnson going along with the nails of Caleb.
Is that low to you then? 4?
No,
okay.
It's not low.
Well,
I got to hear the other 3.
They have already not just updated this list with Aaron Rodgers. They have changed the top 3.
This was my issue. This is what I was looking ahead to. Cody Benjamin, when putting the Aaron Rodgers in there, he has shuffled and re-ranked people with no new information. So the original rankings we were complaining about, he has already changed who's number 1 and number 2 and number 3.
Because number 3 used to be number 1. Geno and Pete Carroll. And they have been dropped with great prejudice.
I mean, the last 3 days have been really tough on them.
From 1 to 3.
They were 1.
They were 1.
That's not right.
All right, just give me the rest of the top.
Number 2, Vikings, JJ and Kevin O'Connell.
Okay.
And then number 1,
They were number 2 on this list a couple days ago. And now all of a sudden they've bumped up to 1 for what? And there's no note in here that says the rankings have been changed.
None.
Nothing.